in that fashion.
This one's in the air, and he's gone this time. It's a good catch there with the man with the optimist in the sun hat, Fred Heidenreich.
Yeah, good catch by Heidenreich, but it didn't cost him too much. Only cost him the 2 runs. Tomar putting down the batsman Mukhtar. The very next ball. That's what happens when you hit the ball in the air, living dangerously. Well, lucky he had that sun hat on to protect him from the sun, Heidenreich. And, well, he did some good things with the bat. On Monday, he was probably the most consistent batsman, Vinohrady. And the second wicket goes down. It's 35 for 2.
Yeah, it's another good wicket. They'll, I think they'll want to dry the runs up and take a few more wickets here. They've still got Zahid Mahmood in the lineup. Bohemians. He's probably the class batsman in this lineup, but he was a little bit out of touch on Monday. It does change day to day. He's more used to the pitch now. He's had a couple of games, so they'll look for him eventually to score some runs.
Last ball of the over then. It's been a successful one from Hyatt. And well, a few questions about our tent from Peter Young. That in a second. His last ball of the over.
This one's hit in the air just over the infield. It might reach the boundary. Fred's after it. Don't know, he won't catch it. And that's 4 runs. First up.
Yeah, nice shot to finish the over again. An action shot here. Just beating Heidenreich across the boundary line. So 4 to finish the over. We're 9 off it. But there was a wicket. It's 39 for 2 after 5 overs. Yeah, well, I can tell you that the tent, you might be able to see, we've got some upgrades. And we've got a couple of walls here that are, and we've kind of strategically placed it on an angle. Now, yesterday, if the camera was available yesterday, hadn't blown over, you would have seen Danny holding on for dear life on the top. And, you know, windsurfing, weren't you, yesterday? But, well, it's a lot calmer today, and we're certainly looking forward to bringing you cricket all day on ECN. Stay with us. We have 4 matches, and you're always going to see something you haven't seen before in the Pancode European Cricket Series. And now they are going to go for Venki Magasahayam, who's going to come into bowl the 6 over. It's been pretty good so far, but Bohemians, they're still in the game. They've got 39 at halfway. If you double that to 78, that's going to be a competitive target. And let's see what Venki can do.
He's a good spinner, Venki. He uses his height very well. He's a good keeper behind the stumps as well. There's Talia having oh, that's close. It's gone. Great start by Venki. That's a big wicket. Mohammad Usman been bogged down a little bit.
That's a pretty good shout. I mean, probably hit him in front of middle and leg. And when you cross bat the ball, there's always that risk of missing it. See this one, where does it hit him? Hits him. Yeah, I think that's a good decision. I mean, I know you can see off stump and a little bit of middle, but looked more likely than not to hit the stumps to me.
Yeah, it did hit him on the back leg. It's a big call there from Chris. Not bad for a loosener, fellas.
Yeah, well, getting right on target. We've seen how many bowls have we seen start with wides, and well, this is a good one. So 39 for 3.
You might have heard Talia there. There is a long off now. It's Dorothy.
That's how you know there's a long off. You hear a bark.
Keeping us safe. This is in the air, and it's Ritik under it again. Let's see if he takes this one, and he does. Nice take. And that's a first baller from Ali Waqar.
Well, how about that? And Venki's come in, and immediately is on a hat-trick. And see, this time he takes it in probably the correct fashion for a ball that's high. Now, he had a little bit of a stumble there. And he just seemed to not be that composed under it, the tank. Hit a little bit of a bump.
Agreed. He didn't look confident at all, did he? It'll settle his nerves a bit after dropping the other one. He wouldn't have wanted to drop a second one. And this would be a big wicket. If he gets a hat-trick here, I think Bohemian are in trouble, because Zahid Mahmood is, as I said, the class batsman in this team, and he'll look to build a partnership. And a big score.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's see if Venki can get his hat-trick. It would be a huge wicket, not just because it's a hat-trick, but just because of the quality of the batsman.
Oh, It's about as close as you can get.
That was a beauty.
It seemed like a bit of a quicker ball, actually, which is interesting on the hat-trick ball. I'll probably go the opposite way. Have a look at this one. Just went away a bit, it looked like. Oh, beat him all ends up.
Here it comes again. This one's in the air, but through the field, I think. Good effort from Ritik. And that's a fantastic effort, actually. That's just a single.
Really good fielding. And you see the tank. I know he put one down earlier, but he is a triple threat. The tank, bat, ball, and in the field. It was a pretty good shot, really. He took a bit of a risk taking outside off stump, but he hit it pretty well.
Yeah, it was Ben Boulton-Smith out there as well. He stopped it, and then Ben Boulton-Smith comes in, throws it in, limiting it to just one. The field comes in a bit.
Yeah, I think this is a good move. Put some pressure on the new batsman.
It's Mohamed Nabeel, the new batsman. Oh, that could be close as well. Bit high, maybe. He does have a lot of height, Benke. I'm sure we'll have another look at that. Might have been going over.
And yeah, I think that one was a good call. We sort of hit him high. We'll see this on the replay. Yeah, we're still on the way up as we go back to live action. This one's down leg side for a wide. Yeah, I think that's one where I always say when it comes down to these things, if the umpire thinks it's more likely than not to hit, that's my personal opinion. We saw that in the LBW, which I think wasn't impossible, that might have snuck down leg, but it seemed to me to be a pretty good shout. It was more likely to hit the stumps.
This one's been hit to Fred. Bit of confusion with the
He's thrown a wide, Fred, but luckily there's about 3 fielders backing up, and this will take them to the end of the 6th over. And that was a really good over. Only 1 run off that, only 2 runs, I should say, off that over. And there was the 2 wickets off it, of course. And so Venki, just the tonic. After 6 overs, it's 41 for 4. So now looking at the projections, well, I mean, 10 and over is where I normally start, but I think that's going to be hard work. If they could get, let's say, 9 and over, 36 takes them to 77. I mean, I do think that gives them something to bowl at. But I think they would want 80 plus against this Vinohrady side, which had no problems chasing down the target of 72. The Monday fixture between these teams, they did that in the 9th over. They scored 71 in that game. It was the first match of the tournament on Monday morning. I think they want a few more than that to defend in this match.
Yeah, agreed. And it's up to this man on screen there, Zahid Mahmood, I think. But interesting move by the skipper. He's brought himself on. Arshad took a wicket, only for 8 runs. But I like this tactic because it brings a new bowler to the batsman straight up. Here he comes. Oh, it's a bit wide. So it brings a new bowler on, and they need to get Zahid Mahmood. And he's got a knack of getting a wicket, Sid. So
yeah, well, that was a good take also by Pearce. First one took off a little bit. Next one is just outside the off stump and worked away. But it's been a nice start by Sid, the captain. Next one's worked away, just a single. And well, he kept quiet. So it's not the easiest batting conditions at the moment. I wonder how many they're going to put on the board now. They're going to get past that 71 that they scored in the first match of the tournament on Monday morning.
Here comes Sid again, bit short. Could be a wicket though. Oh, it's just over Shub. Well, having an adventure here, Shub.
Yeah, tell you what, that's me of going ice skating, trying to impress girls when I was in high school. Just falling over a lot and all slipping and sliding. I get 2.
It's like Bambi on ice.
It was, wasn't it? Here we go. Down he goes. And then here we go. Pump the brakes. Well, captain going for a few runs. Still no boundaries this over.
This is in the air, and it's going to go to Harsha. You won't drop this. And that's it. Another wicket down. It's Mohammed Nabeel.
Yeah, well, foot fives, and they're warranted for Wojtek Hasa. And you see this, I think he had a little bobble here. He just protected it, just protected the ball. And that's actually really good under pressure. And you see he's got the big Merv Hughes moustache.
I didn't notice that when I said hi to him this morning. He was wearing a mask, and it's Merv Harsha.
We know why he's missed the first day, because he's been working on the moustache, getting it just right. But then he's done well, because that's one that if his arms hit the ground there, the ball probably comes out. But by using his body to take the impact, he just gave him a chance to cradle that ball to his chest. So with a couple of exceptions, the catching's been good from Vinohrady. We know that they have high standards in the field. They're scoring out 46 for 5.
Here comes Sid again. This one's just hit back. He's just not timing it so far, Zahid Mahmood.
Yeah.
He struggled on Monday, and he's still struggling. So just a bit of rust, I think, because he's a quality batsman.
Yeah, and we've seen it happen before as well. Timing can come and go. When you don't really get large reward for your shots on this field. Ravindra Singh Bist, the new batsman. See what Ravi can produce.
That's a nice shot, just dab down, backward of point, and they'll come back for 2. Shub having continuing his adventure with a little juggle.
I say often they'll try and hide the fielders. Let's just say that they don't think they're the best fielders behind the wicket, but I don't think that's necessarily a good tactic. I'm not saying whether that's the case with Shub or not, but we've seen the breeze pushing a lot of balls behind the wicket so far on this cricket ground in the last couple of days. I don't see a lot of balls are going in that direction.
Comes the skipper again. This one's outside off. It's through that area again. This one will go for 4 though. And just a bit too wide from Sid. I know they're bowling to a plan, but just a little bit too wide. And he reached it. So interesting that Shub hasn't bowled yet. Doesn't look like he's going to bowl either. He was the one wayward bowler, I think, for Vinohrady in the on the first day.
Yeah, well, handy boundary takes them past the. It's 53 now on the board, so 50 coming up off the last ball of the 7th over, and going to move along back to Venki Magasahayam.
So there's a man going back at deep cover. That's the skipper for the cut shot. Quite a few on the boundary now. Little runs on the leg side. Again, that was mishit.
Yeah, well, Talia, the security dog, here in the background. He's a bit of a fixture in the commentary gen as well. And where's Oki? Oki's down with it already. Oki's been, there we go. See them there. Hello, everyone. There's Oki's going on to see one of our crew, Steph, in the background.
Well, that's got a little bit close, maybe down leg.
A little bit high as well, so it hit him probably above the pad. And, well, Venki's proven to be a handful for the Bohemians.
As I mentioned, he uses his height very well. Puts it in the right areas. Here he comes in again. That's an inside edge, I think.
Chopped that one down. Just getting singles, and they're running out of time, aren't they? So they lost 5 wickets, so it's not easy for the middle and lower order to come in and score straight away in these conditions. He's bowled very well, Venki, today. He's next to nothing away. Given away only 4 runs in 1.5 overs. Picked up 2 wickets along the way. I should probably say that we're lucky, Danny, because speaking of our tent, I'll make that in a second.
This one's in the air. Will it go over Harsha? Good effort. Got a hand to it. If anyone in this team would have caught it, it was either him or Ben Boulton-Smith, and
he got a fingertip to it, really.
He did. Love that mo, though.
And you see, he was trying to keep it back in. That's one way to lose a finger, I think. But it's a nice effort. Maximo is good at the moment for Bohemians.
That one's gone to Fred, and he's taken him.
He does, takes another catch. And there we go. Cowboy hat, cowboy tactics. He got on the ground. Another one hugged to the chest of one of the Vinohrady fielders. And it's now 61 for 6.
Yeah, good catch there by the optimist. He's said very optimistic with his sun hat today. Might come into play later in the week. But this is a big wicket. Just got a bit close to him, Zahid. And nice catch taken there by Fred.
Yeah, he got down low. That was the key to that one. We've seen sometimes people just locking their knees and reaching down for the ball, but he definitely lowered his centre of gravity and gave it an opportunity to pick up the line and the height of that ball. So it's been some good catching from Vinohrady CC in this innings. And they pick up a 6th wicket. The ball remaining in the 8th. It's a 3rd one for Venki.
We'll need someone to score big in these last few overs, but I don't know who it'll be. Let's find out. Venki into the... Oh, he's bowled him. It certainly won't be Waheed.
Easy, Danny. That was a stumping attempt. That's how fast Chris Pearce is. It's just thinks he's missed the leg stump. Let's have a look at this. He's quick as a flash.
I thought he'd got him.
See, and luckily for the new batsman, Waheed, he stayed put.
From the naked eye, Vinny, he looked bold. That's how quick it was.
Quick as a flash. Quick as a flash, Danny. You can't blame me for that. Anyway, the stump survived. We've got bails on the stumps today. That's how we're going. And after 8 overs, it's 61 for 6. And, well, only 2 overs remain.
It's you're talking about the wind today with the bails. It's
yeah, it's
not too bad.
Not too bad. And this is Group A, which we're seeing at the moment today. We'll see the Burno Raiders for the first time. And what do you think about the start some of these teams have made?
Look, Vinohrady and Kings, PCC Kings, I think were super happy with their starts. Mobilise is probably the weakest team in this side of the draw,
Yeah.
but then Bohemians have not been impressive so far at all. They're a much better team than this. As I said, like missing a couple of key players,
Sure.
but they're just not scoring enough runs. And they're mainly a bowling team, but it's a couple of their bowlers that are missing. So
Yeah.
I think they'll struggle.
Well, we're going to see a man we've seen a lot of so far, Shubhranshu Chaudhary. He's away from 3rd man. He's got the ball in his hand. 9th overtime.
That's a beautiful start. That came in a lot in the air at the end and then just off the seam. That's a beautiful start from Shub. That's a line he should be bowling.
Right where you want to be. And also, it's clever by Bist to be able to work that one away for a single. So you just need to keep scoring. 61. If you can somehow get 10 and 10, get up in the 80s, I think it gives you enough to bowl at. I still think a pass score in these conditions is probably around 80, 85.
Oh, no ball there from Shub. It'll be a free hit. And they'll sneak one, will they? Or it'll be a run out. Oh, it would have been out if it hit.
Well, it would have. And I think Pearce throwing it back, but bowler not paying attention. Again, it must have been for overstepping. He's got some long legs. We won't be able to see from that shot, but he looked very close to that front line. Obviously, he was over. And Chris Pearce yelling, ball, ball, ball.
And it was Dorothy. He would have been out by a mile if he'd hit.
Worth a go at this stage. But now, we're going to see a free hit.
It's just down leg.
Got away with that one, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So, doesn't cost them too many. And he looks a likely type. Chaudhary will only see 1 over from him in this innings. But again, I think the issue with him is the consistency and bowling those good balls often enough, because he is capable, but he's also can spray them a little bit.
Yeah, I think he's got a bit more pace than what he's showing as well. It's a good ball, that.
It's probably not one there. I like that the striker was looking up at his partner. Saying, what do you think? But we had to have eyes in the back of his head, because Pearce was ready to throw them down, and now we can see Pearce coming up to the stumps. And look, this can be a good tactic at the end of the innings, especially because it removes any chance of a bye, but also makes the take more difficult. So you sometimes see a few more byes and wide sneaking down the leg side. You have to be on top of that as a keeper.
It's coming a bit. Still getting a bit of swing here in the final overs. Shub controlled it well today, though. And, yeah, it's brave. It's always a bit of a punch in the guts for a keeper to come up to a fast bowler. I don't think Shub's express.
Yeah, they don't like it sometimes.
Sometimes.
Ever.
Here comes Shub again. Oh, that's a good ball. How do you play that? Well, he got it.
Well, dead ball's been called here.
That's a strange one.
And I'll see what the call is here. And
I thought he hit him on the gloves.
hit him on the arm.
Isn't he taking evasive action?
Well, yeah, I mean, if that's what the call was for, see, that to me is an incorrect call because trying to evade the ball does count as a shot. And so umpire decided he wasn't playing a shot at that.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, I can understand his reasoning because he didn't play a shot and he was rocking out of the way of it, but...
Yeah, but that's exactly what you said. He's not rocking out the way of it, trying to get out the way of it, and so it probably should let the run stand. But anyway, I'm sure we'll have another look at that one again. Anyway, it's going to be a single off the last ball of the over. So I'm going to finish this over. That's 68 for 6. So we're 7 runs off that over. And it looks like that 80 looking a fair way off at the moment. I need a dozen off the last over to get there. But Chowdhury, some good signs from him.
Yeah, that's a much better start to his bowling today. He's starting it outside off. He's getting plenty of movement in and lots of bounce because of his height, and it's cutting off the seam. So I don't know how I would play that because if it doesn't move off the seam, then you're playing the wrong line. It's very tough. Big man too. Here comes Arshad. That's a quick work. I think is he walking? He's walking. He knew. Nice work there from both from the bowler and Chris Pearce.
He knew it too. He started walking. Umpire took his time to give it. See there? Yeah, definitely. Those were off before the bat piece. The feet were always out. And well, I'd be surprised if an innings went past and Chris Pearce didn't get a stumping. And we got into the 10th over, but then off the very first ball of that over, it takes a really good stumping off the bowling of Arshad Hayat.
So far this tournament, Chris, and he prides himself in his keeping, and he's been almost faultless, I think, so far.
But you know how a good keeper lifts the rest of his fielders around him, and that's what I noticed about Chris as well. Like, he works them very hard in the fielding drills, and you can see the fruits of that in this innings.
And that's not out that time. He's looking at the umpire like he normally does, Chris. Let's have another look at this. And, not sure. I think he slid back. I think he was fine that time. But yeah, it's also difficult with it. I'm sure the other teams in this half of the division are watching these games and they can see how good Chris is at the moment. Oh, this is going to be interesting. It's hit in the air. Rounds just before Ritik Tomar. He should have attacked it more.
Well, self-preservation. Well, you know cricket's exciting. You were excited before the bowler had even bowled that ball because you knew something was going to happen.
Oh, the batsman moved all over the place.
Take him up to 70.
The bowler, probably Arshad, it went through his mind as to what to do with this.
He ended up in a different zip code, didn't he, by the time he faced that delivery. And it looks like they're going to post something very similar to what we saw score in the first match of the tournament when they made 71.
Maybe that's their pass score against Vinohrady. We'll find out in a moment. Only a few balls left. Comes Arshad. And that's gone again. Nice take by Chris.
Yeah, it was. And well, he gets 2 stumpings in the last over. And well, like a little caterpillar creeping away. And you see there, he's gone by a long way. See, it's on the side-on shot. So he has both feet out of the crease. There's nobody home. Chris Pearce, like shelling peas. And 2 for the over for that man. And well, way too good looking to hide behind the face mask as well. But he's doing the job for Vinohrady. And the score now, it's 69 for 8. 2 balls remaining.
Yeah, it's been a good performance again from Vinohrady. Nice tight bowling for the most part. Only 2 balls to come. Comes Arshad.
Got to run hard here. You got to come back. And well, he's taking his time. Pratap, is he going to make it?
It's a great take.
Really
what a take.
This is sensational work. And look, here's the thing. You got to run hard, but you just come out, you're facing your first ball. It takes a while to get the blood pumping. And again, look at the pick up and take by Pearce. And yeah, he does a great job. It's all about staying low with the ball. And here we go. Oh, and he's got the wind at his back, but you wouldn't know it. In the end, great keeping by Pearce. It's 70 for 9. And well, very close to that 71 they posted in the first game of the tournament. I mean, they scored 39 off the first half of the innings. At the moment, they've scored 31 off the second half with the ball to go. So, shows Vinohrady being well on top. Here's the last ball of the innings.
This is in the air, could be out. Oh, it's just over the top.
They'll come back for 2. They may think about 3. And there'll be absolutely no chance. And, well, Hyatt felt that. And, well, shaking the fingers as they would. And, well, they're going to beat that score that they scored in match 1, but only by a single run, as they're going to finish on 72 for the loss of 9 wickets off their 10 overs. And again, the story for me, it was the good fielding of Vinohrady CC, I think, which saved around 20 runs in the innings, and that's the reason they're only chasing 73 for victory here in match 9 of the Fancode European Cricket Series, Czech Republic.
Yeah, it was, again, they're very well drilled, Vinohrady. A lot of pressure in the field. Some good tight bowling as well. Very few wides and no balls. And good start up front from Dorothy. But nice tight overs all up. The wickets just kept on coming. Ritik, the only one who went for a bit of stick. Yash Patel as well, actually, and Sid Goud. Just a little more expensive overs, but generally the pick of the bowlers. The best bowler in the village, Arshad Hayat, has picked up 3 for 13, and Venki 3 for 10 for Bohemians. Javed Iqbal, the skipper, well up top. Zahid Mahmood, that's his the end of Zahid Mahmood. Nice catch there by the optimist Fred. And here's the final one. I think the run out, Pratap, not the quickest. And a great take there by Chris Pearce. So, 72 for 9, 73 to win for Vinohrady. We'll see if they can get to that total very, very shortly when we come back for the second innings of this game. And we're back for the second innings of this game. First game of the day between Bohemian Cricket Club and Vinohrady Cricket Club. Bohemians scoring 9 for 72. 73 to win for Vinohrady. So limited them to a modest score. Still a target for Bohemians to bowl to, though. They wouldn't be totally happy with their efforts. But as I said, runs on the board, always valuable. Never know what can happen. And the opening batsman for Vinohrady, Pearce will be facing, and then the skipper Sid Goud at the other end. Both very good bats. Chris will want to get a bit of form in. So when he gets going, he's pretty unstoppable, especially on the leg side. Very good square of the wicket. Sid Goud also a very good batsman. Be Waheed ur-Rehman opening the bowling. This one's punched just a point. That's a single. Positive start there for Vinohrady. They run very well between the wickets, these two as well. Good communication. They've brought a man back here, as you can tell. With it's a good ball. Plenty of pace there. Lots of lift. Very good ball first up to the Sid Goud. Just dug it in a bit. It came off the seam. So as you could probably tell by Talia, the security dog's warning, there's a man back at long off. This one's been hit down backward square leg. They'll look for two. They'll get it comfortably. That's very well run. So that man at long off, just moving into the circle, is he? It's one short. It's, I mentioned the running. I thought it was good running, but that one short is going to hopefully not cost them. So there is a man back at long off. There's also a man on the boundary, third man. So looks like it's going to be an offside line. Hoping the batsman tries to hit straight. Sid Goud comes again. This one's tucked him up a bit. It's gone just down to square leg for a single. It's been a tidy start here from Ur-Rehman. He's been dragged across outside our stump by Pearce. And he's been doing that quite a bit, actually. With a bit of power, but he's just dragging it from outside our stump. Caused his demise yesterday. Here comes Ur-Rehman again. Kept it a little bit low, that one. It was a tidy first over from Bohemians. So that's exactly what they wanted up front. They would have liked a wicket. Didn't get it though, but they kept the batsmen very restricted. They'll need that quite a few of these overs. It'll be Saurabh, Kakaria, the new bowler. Saw Saurabh on Monday. Kept it reasonably tidy. And that's interesting. There's no one deep on the leg side for Pearce. You definitely want an offside line from the bowler. Very interesting. I can't see anyone back on the boundary. Here comes the bowler. It's just been squeezed out, third man for a single. They'll look for two, but they won't get it. And Vinny, what do you make of this start?
Yeah, well, it's the start that you want if you're Bohemians defending only 72. It's only, probably plays a little bit bigger in these conditions, but it's exactly the kind of score they weren't able to defend in match 1 of the series back on Monday morning. They made a good start. They need to keep it tight.
Well, that's close. And he's given him. It's a big wicket there. The skipper, Sid Goud, will have to go.
Yeah, it looks a very good shout to me. Hit him low down. And this one, only question is if it hits him in front of off stump or outside.
He comes from very wide outside the crease, and I think that's in line. And it was definitely, I think it was smashing into middle and off.
Yeah, I think it does appear forward, but at the moment of impact, he wasn't that far forward. You have a look at this, where it hits him now, and then you see, then he takes another big step forward, probably trying to give the impression that he's a lot further forward and outside off stump. But I think that's hitting in line for me. It wasn't missing, so I think it's a really good decision. And, well, just the tonic for Bohemians. They take the first wicket. It's 5 for 1.
Yeah, it's, as I said, a very good start from Bohemian, putting a bit of pressure on the Vinohrady batting lineup. And it brings to the crease the tank. Missed out a little bit, I think, on Monday. Again, though, they're keeping the field right in for him, which is interesting. I'm just looking around the field, and Ali, here is Ali Waqar is coming back.
Looks a bit nervous coming back towards us, doesn't he?
Again, a good start from the bowler to the new batsman. He's very tidy, Saurabh. No great pace on the ball. Just keeps it in the right areas. Comes in again. It's well watched onto the bat. We forget that a lot of the time with bowling, it's to do with bowling a good line and length rather than trying to blast players out. You see fast bowlers will come in, they'll steam in, and they'll bowl loose balls. Oh, that's close as well. He's given him. He's gone. The tank is back in the pavilion.
Yeah.
I think that's another good decision.
I think so. I was looking at straight on. Let's have a look at this against the moment of impact, which is crucial here for me. You see, I think this hits him in line. And I mean, I know it's got a bit of a journey still to hit the stumps, but to be honest, you can still see the leg stump where it hits him.
He does come from very wide of the crease, though, Vinny.
Yeah, but I still don't see this moving. I don't see this missing. Remember, just a bit of the ball has to clip the leg stump. Look, you can actually see the leg stump here at the moment of impact. See there? And it hits him. Yeah, I know what you're saying there, but I think this is a pretty good shout for me. Again, it's one of those umpires' calls. I mean, you couldn't conclusively say that was going down the leg side. And I think it's a good decision. The guy's got a bat in his hands. He hasn't used it. And I think you've got to reward the bowler for good straight bowling. I think it's a good decision.
I think it was a poor shot as well.
Yeah, well, that's basically the other story to that delivery. It wasn't nearly necessary. And the tank misfires. He goes for a duck. And it's 5 for 2.
Yeah, they're in a bit of trouble here, Vinohrady. They've still got a lot of batting to come. And this man, the new batsman, the optimist Fred Heidenreich, I think will... he was the only one really timing them well on Monday. Comes the bowler in again. Oh, it's out. He's got him first ball. That's a nice thick edge. It almost cut it into the keeper's gloves. And Vinohrady in all sorts of trouble.
Oh, we're going to see what they're made of now. And can you believe it? He's on a hat-trick. 3 for the over. Kakaria. What a revelation, this one. Oh, again, probably not the greatest shot. Just trying to work it away. Low percentage option early in the innings. Little nick. And, well, can you believe it? He's on a hat-trick. It's the end of the over as well. The score after 2 overs is 5 for 3.
That's a fantastic start for Bohemians. What an over from Saurabh Kakaria. 3 for 1. And, yeah, Fred, he just seemed to try to glide it through the keeper's gloves. Didn't quite work. Nice take from Pratap.
Yeah, you see there. And just nurdling it. And, well, trying to get a bit cute. And you see there, not catching up with it. Little edge. And, well, can you believe it? Now, my question is, who's going to step up with Chris Pearce? Chris Pearce is still there. He's watched that whole thing from the other end. After he just took a casual single off the first ball of the over, and then it was all carnage as there were 3 wickets in the next 5 balls. And we're going to see the third over be bowled by Ali Waqar. And Pearce will be on strike.
That's Voita Harsha at the other end with Nelson on his back. He can hit a lot of runs very quickly, Voita. He just hasn't done it recently. Bowler into Chris Pearce. Nice shot that. Punched out to the man at deep point. Just a single.
Got a fielder there. I think that's to do with the way he batted on Monday against them. He was very strong through that region. So I think they're going to say, well, look, we'll give you protection on the offside. Stick to the offside when you're bowling to Chris. And they're going to keep the same field to Harsha. And you mentioned that Voita is a very experienced player. He's born in the Czech Republic, or Czechoslovakia then, I suppose. And is it nice to see some native-born European cricket talent on ECN? And all of our viewers will be very excited. And he's looking very good with the Merv Hughes moustache. It's like a throwback from the olden days, isn't it?
I love that Merv. It's just been clipped.
What a shot.
It's a beautiful shot.
I mean, really, you got you got a second man and a third man in place. And again, it's probably low percentage, but I tell you what, it's high excitement. And he calms that one away. Very fine for 4 runs.
That's a smart shot, though, because it's very safe.
Tell that to Fred. He played the same shot. It's smart if you get the right outcome. And he's got 1-1-1 on his back, but he's not dealing in singles here. Starts through the boundary.
He does hit the ball very hard, though. If he gets the right ball, he's gonna launch it. Merv. It's a nice shot as well, and that'll be another 4.
What a shot this is from Harsha. Wow, I'm loving this. Again, the flourish of the bat. And let's have a look at this and the way he manoeuvres the wrists. Look at that. Looks like something from the olden days, doesn't he? Right, this is T10 excitement in the modern form of the game.
Especially with the floppy hat.
Yeah, the baggy baggy maroon. Ali Waqar, what's he going to come back with? Beats him, and that's a good ball. I think you got to persist with that strategy. They've got the protection on the offside, and I think that you got to hope that soon, love the protection of 5 outfielders if you want it. Also, you always a chance, a little nick. This one's straighter, whips away on the leg side. No run, and so nice little counter attack from Hasa since he's come to the crease. Hello to Siraj, who's in the YouTube chat. Wonderful to have you with us today, as always. And Jeremy Bradshaw has joined us as well. Thank you for watching. This is in the air. Well, it's going to fall in no man's land. And the keeper, Pratap Jagtap, thought he was in the game for a second, but it just looped over him. So Hasa living dangerously. He'll retain the strike as there's a single off that last ball. 9 runs off that over. 2 fours and a single. After 3 overs, it's 14 for 3. And just looking at the comparison, Danny, Bohemians were 19 for no loss off 3 overs. Vinohrady, in their power play, scored 14 for 3. So those 3 wickets probably, well, not probably, they will put them on the back foot. But what we've seen from Hasa is he's not going to be afraid to attack, and getting a couple of boundaries that over. And Chris Pearce still, he's been at the other end for most of this innings. He's 4 off 4. Already Hasa faced more balls, and he's living dangerously. But it's exciting to watch. So, heading for the 4th over.
I definitely think Chris Pearce wants to play the anchor role in this partnership. Voida does take a few risks.
Don't forget, Saurabh Kakaria here. He's on a hat trick.
Oh, he's on a hat trick.
He took 2 wickets of the last 2 balls, and so he's going to get Hasa facing the hat trick ball.
Here it comes. It's a good ball too. It's been slammed out towards the boundary for 4, so no hat trick, but more runs for Vinohrady.
Wow, how about this? This is how you face a hat trick ball. I'm not sure if Hasa realised, but he wasn't too fussed. Oh, look at him strutting around like he owns the place so far, joining the tournament on their 2nd day of action. And well, it's been some Wednesday morning whacking from Voita Hasa.
He does hit some long balls as well. He's, as I said, former national team captain and national team manager. A lot of experience. And knows one way to bat. Oh, that could be out, and it is. And there we go. Big swing and a miss. Well, not a miss.
Yeah,
it's
again, just getting carried away with his own hype. Hasa, he likes to deal in boundaries. This one, again, just probably hitting across it a little bit. And he goes for a very quick fire 13. The score now in only the 4th over. They've lost their 4th wicket. It's 19 for 4.
Yeah, Vinohrady, it's not doing the best today, but you got to say it's very, very good bowling here from Bohemians, and Saurabh Kakaria, he's been the destroyer. He's taken 4 for 5 already.
I believe that. Could see our first 5-wicket haul.
Could do. I wouldn't be surprised he is bowling right on line.
Yash Kumar, the new batsman.
He's a new player to the club, Yash. I haven't seen him bat, so and of course we haven't had any practice games. So let's see how he goes. Looks confident. Just pokes that one back down the pitch.
Yanu in the chat saying ball in the right places, take a lot of wickets. Peter Young, well, it's great to see Czech-born players making it, cracking stuff. Well, he was cracking them when he was out there. Short and sweet voice, says Jeremy Bradshaw.
Well, tell you what, the wind's picked up again.
Let's not go there. I didn't want to mention it.
Not quite as bad as yesterday yet.
Hold on to your hats.
There's a bowler. This one's outside off. That's called a wide. First loose one, I think, from Saurabh.
Yeah, and they've been pretty good. That's actually the first extra of the entire innings. And when you're defending 72, you need to keep those extra ones to a minimum.
Remarkably with Saurabh, if the hat-trick ball with Voida hit for 4. Oh, this one's in the air, and it's safe, and it should get the boundary for 4. It's holding up a little bit, but gets there just. And that's 4 runs. Nice shot from Yash.
Yeah, we're taking on the game.
And I was about to say that that hat-trick ball that Voita did hit for 4, if that ball hadn't happened, it would have been 4 for 1 his figures at that stage.
Yeah, yeah, well, that's right. And well, it's Chris Pearce at the other end. He's been a spectator for most of this. I wonder what he's thinking.
Give me some strike, I think.
Yeah, he's just been casually hitting every ball for 1 that he's faced.
He can be very destructive, Chris, but I think he's very happy to wait to the end of the.
It's a good seed.
He's very happy to be at the other end, just waiting for the for some of the other bowlers to come on.
This could have been a 5th wicket. Look at this one takeoff past the outside edge.
Oh, it's a beauty, isn't it?
That's exactly where you want to be. Bohemians, they weren't that happy with their performance on Monday, missing players or not. They come out for revenge here. Match 13.
It's hit high in the air. Fielder, no chance. That's 6. Wow.
What a shot.
Yash Patel. He's new to the club, but what an introduction.
That is probably shot of the day for me. He loaded up, got it right out of the middle of the bat, and slightly into the wind. Said, don't worry about that. You might have taken 4 wickets, but I'm going to hit you out of the ground. Maximo to finish the over. And there were 15 runs off that over, so he'll finish with the figures of 4 for 16. And the score after 4, it's 30 for the loss of 4 wickets.
Yeah, just 1 wicket going down, but it's a better over for Vinohrady. They'll need a few of those. Just a magical over, I think, would be very handy for them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're right on track as far as the run rate goes when it comes down to it. Literally on track for 72 at the moment, but well, anything can happen. Javed Iqbal is going to come to the attack, the captain, to bowl the 5th over. He'll be bowling at Chris Pearce.
Yeah, he'll fancy having a go at Javed, I think. Chris, he knows Javed very well. It's a good start though. The skipper.
Got a bit of pace about him.
Yeah, he was much quicker a few years ago, Javed, and he's in his late 30s now. He's slowed down a bit, but still a very cunning bowler. Puts it right on line. He's got a lovely action too.
Yeah, Pearce seems happy to just push a single and leave the high-risk manoeuvres to some of the other players. He probably knows as long as he's there, you probably see them getting past the target.
Yeah, I think that's going through his mind as well, and we'll see how the depth of the Bohemians' bowling is affected.
Good bowling. Saying hello to Sarawai Shovo. He's enjoying the commentary. I'm enjoying commentating next to you, of course, Danny, because you do live here in Prague and you're a member of the Vinohrady club. And you see you were nicely rugged up today. But you've got your Vinohrady cap on, you can see there. So
I do.
it's fair enough that you're a little bit biased.
Well, to be fair, I wore it for 2 weeks in Italy as well because it was chilly.
That's true.
I wasn't actually going to wear it at all because I thought Italy, it's going to be nice and warm. And same as Prague in May, it's going to be nice and warm. So, but just a convenient cap, I think.
Yeah, well, I think you wear it proudly. They've already told me they've got a Vinohrady shirt they're making up for me, Danny. So I think they might have got me as well.
You'll have to move to Prague, Vinny, and play for Vinohrady.
I don't think I'm going to kick Chris Pearce out from behind the stumps. Maybe get a game for Vinohrady seconds. Just be satisfied with that. And I do love it. And, well, just getting some momentum back in this over. I think Yash Kumar, the way that Patel hit that big Maximo was a bit of a momentum changer as well. So here's Iqbal, last ball of the 5th.
It's been a good over from Javed. Very, very good over.
Yeah, end of the 5th. It's 33 for 4. Well, again, there's been a lot of bowling in this channel today, and I think it's been good from both sides, not giving the batsmen anything to work with. We've seen a lot of leg side, what you'd call it, rubbish. We've seen a lot of that in the first couple of days, and they're free runs for the batsmen. I think that That's the reason we're seeing a bit of a lower scoring game today, is that they're working to a plan, and they're trying to stick in that offside channel. I think that's smart play. And you still see the occasional one whacked away, but it forces the batsman to take a bit more of a conscious risk.
Yeah, agreed. It's been very, very tight. Here's where things might change, though. Saqlain Mukhtar is the new bowler. I think Chris Pearce will want to have a little look at him. But there are chance for runs here. There are a couple of men back. Ali Waqar, as you can tell, has just moved long off. There is a long on, and also one sort of just a little bit wide of cow corner. So there are fielders on the boundary. Let's see what Saqlain can do. It's a bit short.
Once again, you see Pearce dissatisfied to score. Turn the strike over to Patel. Well, Mohammed Razzle's joined us. Hello. Say good morning to Vinny and Danny. Got a cup of coffee emoji. Looks pretty good right now.
Oh, that would be great, wouldn't
Industry Shah saying go Patel. And yeah, well, he has been a bit of a revelation since he's come to the crease, hasn't he? And Siraj has had a question for you. Just wait to see this ball from Saqlain Mukhtar. This one's hit away. And Pearce is the offside field. He'll stop in the field of play, though. Patel will get 2. Thinking about 3, it was never there. And good aggressive running by the batsman. I'll end up with a double. And actually, well, firstly, Peter Young asking, is Vinohrady missing a big player in Danny? Are they stronger with or without you? That's a very good question. I might get you to ask that one first.
I'd say that I don't think I'd make this team. I think I'll leave it to the younger players. I'm more a social player now. Might try to get into the seconds team to have a few games.
I'm in the seconds team. We'll have you.
All right, that'd be cool. They are missing a player that I think will change the dynamic of this Vinohrady team, and hopefully we'll see him. It's Gilo.
Yeah.
Kyle is a left arm opening bowler for the Czech Republic. He keeps things super tight. Doesn't get any wickets. But that's got away with that. The bowler.
Bit of glove, I think.
Look for 2.
Get too easily, in fact. So Pearce breaks his picket fence with a 2.
Yeah, Kyle Gillam is he's a very, very good bowler, left-hander, or left-armer, I should say. And
yeah, I remember seeing some of him in the Czech Super Series last year.
Yep. Yeah, he's the opening bowler for the Czech Republic, and he goes for very few runs. As I said, never takes wickets. I think he'll agree with me. He's unlucky though, in some sense, or he'll say he's unlucky. Anyway, he'll change the perspective of this team as well.
This one just gets over the short mid wicket. They're going to think about 2, but it's not quite there. As Kakaria picks it up quickly, keeps it to a single. And the other question was from Siraj. Danny, could you, when there's not much action going on, well, that's pretty much all the time, but could tell us some tales about the ground and the facilities?
Yeah, look, it's a wide, and they'll take an extra couple, I think. They'll come back for 2.
Handy runs. Really handy runs.
Yeah, look, this ground's been around for, I think, 8 or 9 years from memory. I'm not exactly sure. It was some land that was firstly developed by Hugo Banks, and his family still owns the ground. There are 2 grounds here. There's the Banks Field, named after Hugo, and this is the Scott Page Field, named after the late Scott Page, who did so much for Czech cricket.
End of the over. That's 44 for 4 after 6.
Yeah, it's northwest of Prague. It's still within the Prague limits, but it's very much agricultural land around here. And yeah, it's a good facility. It's been improved a lot over the last couple of years. In fact, this ground is very new. It was new last year. It's been moved about 100 metres to the left, as you see, and it gives us a lot more scope. We can put the boundaries out to about 70 metres, potentially.
Yeah.
And yeah, new pitch as well. It's nice. It's going to be hosting its first T20 international soon with the Continental Cup.
Yeah, that's going to be
Sorry,
exciting.
not the Continental Cup. That's in Romania. The CE Cup.
Yeah.
The Central European Cup.
With Austria and Luxembourg and the Czech Republic.
That's it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. It's originally planned it to be a little bit larger with more teams, but due to COVID issues,
Yeah.
it's Luxembourg and Austria, who are very good opposition as well. We're pretty even with Luxembourg, and Austria are probably a stronger team than the Czech Republic at the moment, and Luxembourg. So they'll look to win that, but home ground advantage and everything.
Yeah, I think it'll be something exciting to watch. Also watching is Phil G, who's watching from pretty close to us because he's here at the ground today helping out, Phil. And I hope you're enjoying the action so far.
That's a nice shot, cut away. Might get to the boundary though. They'll look for two, and they'll come back. It's a throw, it's poor, and I'm not sure what.
I think he's saying no. He's definitely gotten down, but it's dangerous when you see the square leg umpire move his hand at all. I see this one, and I think he's made it. And
it's good work from the keeper there, Pratap. Bit of a slip there from the batsman. He's come back, and
I mean, I think he's past the line when you see him sliding there. We can't really get a great shot of where that line was, but I mean, one thing for sure, the throw was on target. He was going to be a dead duck.
He didn't slide the bat. He could have slid the bat about 3 metres before.
Back to live action.
It's been pushed out towards the gully for a single.
This game's getting tight. I mean, it's still above a run a ball, which I think it's no gimme, even with set batsmen at the crease, because if you can bowl well, you can sneak a few dots in, and the longer you can avoid giving away that boundary, the longer you're going to stay in the match. The situation now, it's 26 off 21 required.
And it's very evenly poised. I think if it's a nice little partnership building up, but a wicket here would be good for Bohemians. It's down leg side though.
That's what you don't want in this situation, is to give the freebies away, takes the pressure off the batsman, and they do seem to have it under control, but especially they would lose a wicket at this stage. It's not going to be very easy for new batsmen to come in and keep the pace up. And all 4 of those wickets in the innings went to Kakaria.
Comes the bowler again, and that's been hit very long, and that's a 6. It's very strong on that side of the ground, Chris Pearce, and he's dragged it across.
Yeah, well, how about this? And we talked about the length. You can't get too short and do it at your peril. And this one was just a half tracker from ur-Rehman. And Pearce had all the time in the world to go back, and he whacked it over the leg side. And that takes a bit of the pressure off. 50 comes up as well. 54 for 4 in the 7th over.
Yeah, it's a nice shot. He'd been trying that in the first day. I didn't quite get away with it. That's a nice shot there. He's getting a bit of form, I think, Chris Pearce. The more time out there, the more he's going to influence this tournament, I think. Same as all these players. It's been
biding his time, hasn't he, Pearce?
It's been a good innings though. It's a nice shot as well. Just dabbed down just for a single.
So with that shot, they get under run a ball as well now. So singles will do it from here. And Vinohrady, again, professional looking outfit. That man on the screen has a lot to do with it. There's a lot of work behind the scenes. The wicket keeping has been first rate, and he's shown some maturity in this innings as well, because he's got all the shots, but he hasn't necessarily employed them. He's played more of a low risk strategy in this innings.
It's been good. Oh, bowled him. Yash Patel, that's the end of him. And good bowling there from Ur-Rehman. Deserved his wicket, I think. So it's another Vinohrady wicket going down.
It's a good delivery. You see it, top of the stumps. That's a good length. It's not too short. And it was a really good contribution from Patel, though, of 18. But he comes the 5th wicket to fall. It's 55 for 5 after 7. And, well, coming up next, there's still 3 more games to go today. 4 games today in the Fan Code European Cricket Series. And coming up is match 10. It's Prague CC Kings taking on the Prague Spartans Mobilisers. Well, the Kings, they're the other undefeated team in Group A. And their captain, Aaron Ashokan, he won the toss and elected to bat first, so they'll be trying to put a big score on the board. They've lifted the Beast, opening the batting today. Siddarth Wickramasinghe. Let's see if that's what they go with. And they're spoiled for choice a little bit. They've got some really big hitters in their lineup. And Mobilisers, they were disappointing on the first day of action. They'll want to bounce back, and let's see if they have any answer to the Kings in match 10. That match will be starting in approximately half an hour's time right here on the European Cricket Network. And well, we said a wicket might change things. They did get a 6 in the over, but they also lost the wicket, Vinohrady. And now we're in a situation 18 off 18. So I still think it's advantage to Vinohrady, especially with Pearce there. But if they can bowl a tight over here, I think it could be goosebumps time.
I think it's the right man as well. It's Ali Waqar. He's a very good bowler. But the batsman at the non-striker's end, Arshad Hayat, he's capable with the bat. Doesn't die wondering either. He will have a swing. It's Ali Waqar to Chris Pearce. Just dab down, just for a single.
I think this is what you want if you're Bohemians, is you don't mind giving away a single to Pearce. But now I think it's important you try and put the squeeze on the other batsman. So you've got to bring some fielders up and try and sneak 2 3-dot balls on the new batsman Hayat and try to force him to take a risk. Because what you don't want is just a succession of singles and for them to creep up on this target. And so for me, I'd probably have one of the mid-wickets inside the circle, trying to keep the one off. Because at the moment, everyone's back at the edge of the circle as well. So there's one anywhere he likes.
Agreed, Vinny, but you haven't seen Arshad bat.
Yeah, but you want him to go for it. You want him to take a risk.
He'll take a risk anyway. That's the way. It's the way he bats. Let's see what if our prediction comes true. Oh, very watchful. That's responsible from the professor.
I do like the professor.
We do have a bit of a little meme thing going around the Vinohrady chats on WhatsApp, and every time there's a batsman who lifts his head high in the air and swings and gets bowled, it's a little reminder of anyone, and then about 4 or 5 comments are Arshad. So, but that's I think it's a good tactic. I think Chris has had a bit of a chat to him, and they can do it in singles. What's Javed on about? Bit of a chat between Chris Pearce and Javed. Not sure what that's about. I think Chris has told him to watch the replay later. Here comes Ali Waqar, Chris Pearce. Just back to the bowler. Good bowling.
Top balls, and the only way back into it. Top balls and wickets, Bohemian. Again, things can change quickly. Oh, hello to Kerno, who's back. Hello, Kerno. Wonderful to have you with us again on ECN. We value your contributions as always. I think a cracking finish here between Bohemians and Vinohrady.
That's another good ball. Very good over here from Ali Waqar.
It has been. And just getting the runs in excess of balls again. This is where you want that pressure relieving boundary, but you don't really want to risk your wicket going for it. I think it was a good choice to bring Ali Waqar back. He certainly delivered so far for Bohemians in the 8th. Only 2 runs off the over so far.
Oh, got him. Played across the line, and he won't be happy with that. Chris Pearce, he's been patient this innings, and he just played across the line. It's been a fantastic over here from Ali Waqar, and even though it's a runner ball, you'd almost have to favour Bohemians from here.
Yeah, for sure. And you can see this is exactly what we talked about. Building pressure with dot balls. There were 2 dots to Pearce, and then he's gone for a shot that I don't think would have played in other circumstances, and maybe didn't bounce as much as he thought. But regardless, cross-batting the ball on the stumps, it's risky. And he goes for a well-made contribution of 18. And the score now, it is 57 for 6. And look, I was just looking at the comparative scores with Bohemians, and after 7 overs, Bohemians were 53 for 5. Vinohrady were 55 for 5. So particularly the wickets as well, being close, shows you that we're in for a blockbuster finish. At the end of the 8th over, Bohemians were 61 for 6 at the moment. They're 57 for 6 with the ball remaining, Vinohrady. So, new batsman is Nirmal Kumar.
You can bat Nirmal as well. Are you getting the tingle, Vinny?
I actually got the tingle about 2 balls ago because I thought I'd be in the business for another tight game.
That's a good ball again. Just dabbed out there by Nirmal.
This will finish the over as well. So they're going to finish the 8th, 58 for 6. Really good over from Ali Waqar. His first over was a bit expensive. He went for 10, but that over, he only went for 3 runs. Also picked up the key wicket of Chris Pearce. And we're going to go down to the last 2 overs of this one. 15 required of 12. Well, that run rate required, it started at 7.3 at the start of the innings, and now it's 7.5. So it shows you they're pretty much right on track. But I think that they'd be worried about losing those 6 wickets, and the fact that they have 2 fairly new batsmen at the crease. And there's Oki, the commentary dog. Maybe she's sniffing a golden ball. I think she might have smelled a golden ball under there. And she might be digging it up. And we had one yesterday. And, well...
Tell you what, this is a risky move, I think, from the skipper, Javed Iqbal. He's definitely going to be bowling the last over. But Ravi Bist, he can go for a few. He's not the most penetrating of the Bohemian bowlers. So I think a few runs off this over coming up. They'll have to take a couple of risks though, Bohemians. Vinohrady. But this is a big risk from the skipper, Javed Iqbal, I think.
KG in the chat as well. Hello, KG. Peter Young said that wicket might change things. Might be right there. It's Ravi Bist.
It's a good start from him. Just been pushed for a single. He's pretty straight, Ravi. Doesn't bowl that many loose ones, but there's nothing much on the ball either.
Hello to Nandra Clan as well. KG1, well, he's also saying golden ball, question mark. Could be. Love golden balls in consecutive days. And we saw the first one ever in the Czech Republic yesterday. United were perilously close. But went down to the Vanguards in the golden ball. Match 6.
Comes Ravi again. It's been hit back to the bowler. Didn't get hold of it there, Arshad.
Very smart though. Thought about maybe going for a run out, but he knew that he risked giving away an overthrow. But I think right now, every run you save is more important than a wicket. You see this. And had half a chance to flick that at the stumps, but I think that was just smart under pressure from Ravi Bist.
Yeah, agreed. I think this is in the air. It's over the top of the keeper. I don't think the fielder will get it. They'll look for 2. Arshad coming back.
A slight fumble, and they're going to get back for 2. So how exciting is this? And I know we haven't seen maybe some of the high-scoring games that we've seen in some of the other series, but some of these low-scoring thrillers, they are really tense. And right now, they're only 12 runs away from victory, but it seems like about 120 when you look at it, because they're having a fight for every run at the moment, Vinohrady.
I do have a fun fact about Arshad, though.
Okay.
He holds a record in Vinohrady Cricket Club. He's been involved in more run-outs than any other player in club history.
Is that right? Yeah. Is that right? We might have done the chance here.
This is in the air. Player coming out. I don't think he'll get there, will he? Oh, yes, he will.
What a catch that was. And it was up in the air for a long time. And it was probably going to be 2 runs if he spilt it. But Kakaria, what a game he's had in this innings. He's taken 4 wickets, and then he was the man. It was a key moment, and he hit it pretty well, but he hit it just too high. And, well, you had your money on the ball, even though he made it. Ball swirling around. Kakaria, well, slight ice cream cone. Almost coming out of the fingers, but he takes an important catch, and that was clutch. It's 61 for 7.
Yeah, that was a nice take. He's my man of the match at the moment. Even if Vinohrady get this total, I'd still have to say that he's been the biggest influence on this game. But, still some batting left for Vinohrady.
Yeah, you want to get it down to single digits for the last over. At the moment, it's 12 off 8 required.
Yeah, there was only 2 off Javed's first over, so let's see what Ravi can get another wicket, keep the runs down. Boundary would be interesting though.
Missed it. And, this is the thing, bat on ball. I know you do need slightly more than singles, but still those dots make things very tight. And now you've got Kumar, who's on strike here. It's Venki Margasahayam, who's at the non-striker's end. So I'm sure his heart's beating out of his chest at the moment. And 12 off 7 required. Here's the last ball of the 9th.
It's been a good over. Very tight here from Ravi. I have my doubts, but and he's bowled him. And my doubts about Ravi have been proven wrong.
How about that?
Very, very good over.
It's more clutch play. And this one, I reckon, it just rolled his fingers on that slightly. And you see, it's just come back left to right on your screen through the gate. And well, see you later. It's the end of Kumar. He goes for 2. And the score after 9 overs is 61 for 8. Now they're running out of batsmen as well. They require 12 runs off the last over. And to give you an idea, there's only 1 over that's gone for 12 or more. And that was the 4th over from Saurabh Kakaria. And I think it was Hasa hit a couple of boundaries off him. And All the others, there's been 2 that have gone for 11, one's gone for 10 in the innings. All the others have been really tight. There's been an over of 4, 3 overs of 3, and an over of 1. But let's see who gets the honours. It's going to be Javed Iqbal, who's bowling the last over. But again, if you get one boundary here, it changes the whole game. And so for me, I'd be protecting the boundaries behind the wicket, because I think Iqbal's got a bit of pace, and you think with the tail end batsman, they're likely to get possibly a little edge, and that's exactly what they're doing. Obviously, my voice is carrying.
They've got, he's very fine. It's almost like a backstop.
Second man. Not quite third man. So we're going to have Marcus Hayam face his first delivery. So neither batsman's faced a ball. So it doesn't require it in the last over.
This one's just a single punched out to Ravi. They'll look for 2 and they won't get it. It'll be a bit silly running that.
He's trying to induce a throw, and I like that. It's good thinking. It's hello to Yost Homic. Hello, boss. Said he had a great cricket training yesterday with one friend. Finally some leather on Willow. A few okay cover drives, he says. Well, that's great, Yost. That's what we like to see. Hello to Crazy Man as well. And now 11 off 5. Really, top balls are going to be gold for the men in green.
Well, it's a good ball there from Javed. I think they'll get here, Bohemians.
This is like it.
This is exactly how they were in the first ECS. We saw the Super Series actually in Prague. They were very much a bowling team, keeping it nice and tight. And I think they've had a chat on their day off, and I think this will be a very, very good win for Bohemians. Can't see these two.
Need a boundary from somewhere. Look at the gaps. I mean, they've got the whole offside to go for if they want it. That's where he goes. Again, it's a good block, and only going to get 1 run. So 10 off 3. How are you going to get there? Well, you pretty much need 2 boundaries, to be in the game. 2 out of 3. And obviously a 6 and a 4 will do it. But it's, at the moment, it's really difficult for new batsmen to come and try and hit the cover off the ball. And we said as long as Pearce is there, we thought they'd get home. But losing him at a critical moment, it's going to be tough. So 10 off 3 required for Vinohrady.
Here comes Javed again. And this has been nicely hit. There's a player out there, went straight to him.
Kakaria.
A couple of metres either side. I think that would have been 4.
And he's Kakaria. He's my man of the match.
Oh, definitely my man of the match too.
But he's the reason that they've been able to defend this score of 72, and it looks like it now, as they need 9 off 2. So, look, you need at least 2 off this ball to give yourself a shot. To need the maximum off last ball, but they need 2. I really would love a boundary.
Comes Javed Iqbal, the skipper. And that's taking a run.
And they'll probably need more than 1. They should come back if they... Probably should come back. It's their only chance. And, well, they're going to get 2 buys in the most unlikely of circumstances. And now a 6 will tie the game.
It's a little bit sloppy there from Bohemians. I can't see them hitting a 6, though.
Well, Shub, he's had an interesting day, to say the least. Chowdhury, you can see here, he would have been out. There's no point even going for it, because if you concede 1 there, they need 7 to tie it. Now they need 6 to tie. And Chowdhury, shades of the underarm incident in 1981. You don't think that he's going to be able to do it. Who knows? All right. So 6 for a golden ball. Last ball of the innings.
And he's bowled him, and it's a great win for Bohemians. Very impressive today with the bowling. And congratulations to Bohemians Cricket Club. Great effort, well led by Javed Iqbal, and some fantastic bowling all through the innings.
Really good effort. And it's gutsy from Bohemians, who had 2 stinging losses on Monday. Obviously come back and thought about it. They are still a bit undermanned. They have a couple of players still in quarantine after returning from overseas that aren't available until later in the tournament. But they fought tooth and nail to defend this total of 72. They finish with Vinohrady scoring 66 for 9. There were 18 wickets lost in that match. It is 1 short of the record for amount of wickets lost in a match, which is 19. But, well, you can see here, it was just defense all the way. And Patel, while he was there, he made things interesting, but they just lost the key batsman at key moments, and that was one that Pearce was able to put away. That was a real half-tracker. And he hung around for a while, tried to engineer the chase. A nice bit of striking. And, well, saw some exciting work as well from some of the other players. He was one. And Javed Iqbal, when it came down to it, he had to avoid being hit for a 6 off the last ball of the game. And there we go. Well, closest to the pin. Javed Iqbal will win that one. Over go the stumps, and they weren't blown over this time. It was the ball blasting them out of the ground. And Bohemian CC win by 6 runs. And out of the match, Saurabh Kakaria. No surprises there. Coming up in around about 15 minutes time, it's the second match of 4 today. Match 10 on the calendar between the Prague CC Kings and the Prague Spartans Mobilizers. And we'll get our chance to see the Beast, Siddarth Wickramasakara. He was very destructive the other day in compiling 82 runs. And, well, have some help there, I'm sure. Aaron Ashokan, he's a pretty handy cricketer as well. He's leading the Kings. He elected to bat first. And the Mobilizers, it'll be tough. And you wonder how they are going to control those key Kings batsmen, particularly the Beast.
It's going to be difficult for them, I think. There's not much firepower, I think, in the Mobilizers team. So we'll see. Old Charles Crouch is making an appearance as well. He's been helping us with the ground. He's a handy off spinner.
Well, Charles, get to see Charles for the first time. Looking forward to that. And well, as far as the Mobilizers go, well, Aaron Conda, he's been one who I've had my eye on as well. He's one of their all-rounders. And now Kudka as well. He's one we'll probably see at the top of the order. And yeah, I think that they will be keen to have another good performance. So that match is coming in about 15 minutes time. Make sure you join us. And maybe in the meantime, you'd like to go to our website, europeancricket.com. We have the match preview right there. The fantasy dashboards are making an appearance on the website at the moment as well. And also our social media at European Cricket. It's a great place to go for all those little bits you might have missed. And geez, all about close games and excitement on the European Cricket Network. And we certainly got a good one in match 9 as we saw Bohemian 72 defeating Vinohrady 66. And well, as we get some beautiful shots of the surrounds of this Vinor cricket ground in Scott Page Field. And we hope that you have a nice 10 minutes off to regain your composure. So will we on a windy day in Prague. It's not as windy as Tornado Tuesday. We're enjoying bringing the action to you on the European Cricket Network. For now, it's Mr. Maximo, Vinny Sandu, along with Danny Hudacek. And see you shortly. It'll be match 10 coming up shortly on the fan code European Cricket Series Czech Republic.